Welcome back to part number 15 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as the Bosporan Kingdom. I've been mulling about, banking money, building stuff, moving pops, being peaceable. Our aggressive expansion is coming down. Our wonder is about to be completed, I believe, in a very short order, May 28th of 29, so about 2 years down the line. That should help with provincial loyalties greatly, as well as sieging and warring. I'm trying to save enough money for another wonder. I'm not holding my breath. I am topped out on military traditions. I wasn't watching quite closely enough. But let's see if we can extract some sort of... So heavy infantry morale, offense. It's not bad, I suppose. Heavy infantry. We have essentially everything here. Horse, archer, defense, and archer's offense. It's not bad. We don't really do a whole lot of defense. What do we have here? Heavy infantry offense and the phalanx. Phalanx, with our cav, I'm going to check that. It's not bad, I suppose. I think cavalry skirmish is probably better for us. Heavy infantry morale, heavy offense. Found city, and then some mercenaries. Let's see. It seems about the best choice. The heavy infantry offense more so perhaps than the phalanx. We're not able to get at the Roman traditions, so there's not a lot left to do here. There's some to be had, but maybe we'll just keep it at 200 pegged and not really worry. During the stand-down period, I switched over to a law here for the government, royal army, and we're able to raise legions anywhere. And there are a fair number available. Thrace and Moesia, and more are assimilating and converting. And during the downtime, I moved some pops here to like some of our larger cities. I have singular cities. I have to pay more for aqueducts, but I can have a fort, and I will not lose my shirt on having multiple forts everywhere. These guys, there are quite a few Bosporans in these larger cities, and these guys will indeed be able to increase the count of our legions at some point. Even Sornus is coming around here. 61 Bosporans in there. Here we have quite a few, and then these coastal cities that we took from Thrace some time back and moved all of the Bosporans from this countryside. Have quite a few there as well, which accounts for the Thrace levy. Do I have a point with all this? I do. We are stood down. We have not been warring. Our wonder is coming online. I was wondering why I can't change over to an Imperium. And it seems to be some sort of flavor event relative to Autocratic Monarchies. You can create them if you only have 80 territories, but you have to have like a crafty skill or essentially bow before the lords of RNG, and we don't do that around here. So I'm going to bring in our special consul, who our deity of fertility has a special arrangement with, and we are going to be able to switch to an imperial form of government without having to have these special traits. I'll show them to you right now at Crafty and others. Well, there it is. We have Autocratic Monarchy, which is what the Bosporan Kingdom is. It can do it with 80 territories as opposed to 800, but the leader has to be gifted by the Lords of RNG with these various traits. We were not, at least not that I was aware of, but we were. Had we not been hamstrung by that strange flavor aspect of the Autocratic Monarchy, which I'm not going to play with in this game, we would have been able to switch to the Imperial Ambition quite some time ago, and certainly after the last war. But we'll do it now. It's better now than later. We can indeed take it and do it. So we're going to take a 10 stability drop, but we'll be able to do that. What I did was I switched to a theocratic monarchy and then raised my popularity to the threshold necessary. We were at a very high popularity, having just defeated the Seleucids in Egypt. That's when we would have done it, but had it automatically popped. I was sort of waiting for it. I didn't pay much mind. Another thing that we're going to play with, or I'm going to play with in this particular playthrough is, I'm not sure whether it's an oversight or whether it's on purpose, but if you keep the same slot ideas, I'm going to not incur any political influence penalty. So if I keep the +5 loyalty of characters I had here, or the build a cost here, and the, what did I have in play? The Legion maintenance here, we're going to get 60 PI back, and I'm going to adjust it up presently. So I've recovered the PI that I had to spend for these, and then we have a new idea slot that I need to choose here. Let's see what is appropriate. War score sounds good. I think war score is where it's at for that, and let's do that. So we're going to get a war score bonus here of 10% and another 10% for our policy or national idea. And we get 12% slave output and freeman output as well. You'll note from my play style here, I much prefer process-oriented play with a grander strategy in mind, as opposed to having to jump through the various hoops that flavor players and role players and such would like to enjoy. I understand why the Autocratic Monarchy is the way it is, but to my way of thinking, all it is really ultimately frustrating. That's done our disposable income quite a bit of good at 174 or 75 or thereabouts now. That will let us certainly keep these ships that I'm building in supply. Rome tends to have quite a few larger ships, and I'm just sort of quietly building a fleet of sorts. I only have, I believe, 2 cities that are capable of building these things at present, and they are booked up for some time to come. Let's see, this one is has 20 on the way, and we may as well get more here as well. They're not particularly quick, especially this city. I suppose I could build more ports. That's maybe not a bad. Let's do that. We'll build more ports here, and more here as well. I rarely do that. Do I even know if the ports increase the speed? I think they do, but it doesn't hurt anything really, because it increases the capacity as well. What are we going to do? We're going to wait again. Our wonder is going to hit in 2 years. We're going to bank some money, let this aggressive expansion tick down. We're probably going to lose some money, as I'll probably end up taking this for the no, not that, but this militant Epicureanism. We should be able to put our Tauric and arsenal here to a good use. Our manpower is such that it really doesn't quit. Our bonuses here to the discipline of our units is severe relative to the enemy. We have horse archers here with 42% discipline, 20 morale, 10 offense, 10 defense, and it gets worse from there really. We have heavy infantry, highly augmented, and then our cavalry, 47 discipline, 10 morale, 35 offense, and 25 defense. We should chew any and all comers up, and if we have a proper navy, we should be able to bounce from one to the next, to the next, back and forth and such, and increase our funding, our available funding. We have roads going up. There are many roads that I've built with our road building legion here, the first Taxus Stratos of Torica. It has been quite busy in the steppe here and through here as well. All of this should come together, and I'm ready to go when this wonder comes up. The border gore, I think, here is too much for me. That and the proximity of these armies. I'm going to take this these two out here, Osirene and Bambis. Let's do it right now. I assaulted these forts away. We'll take a negligible amount of aggressive expansion and put this border gore to bed. Well, we have recovered from that effort, and we are going to go on a border gore excursion once again here over to our old friend Odrisia. We are here, the entire army. I figure one stack should do it. This is a legacy claim I filed maybe 50 years back, so it didn't cost me any PI. Let's take that. Gonna force march up here. We may need a levy to deal with this unit here. This is the Odrisian Revolt. And we have a more border gore detail we can send these other two armies for. Up in, I see, the former territories of the Thracian vassals. We'll get on board here. Drop here. And then drop here. And take the three of them out as well. Alright, the other army has arrived here. I have filed a claim here sometime back. I'm not exactly sure when. We are going to trigger Origami and Calatus. And carry on with that immediately. I think we're going to see about... There's a missing army somewhere. And we have a levy available in Thrace and Moesia. Should we have a breakout, the levies are large. Essentially assaulted all of this away very quickly. And we'll peace out there. We'll see about piecing here as well shortly. I'm going to take the money here. We can take Odrisia as well. It's cleaner. Thrace, I don't have a claim. I don't have a claim here either. I'm not really particularly disposed to claim one or file one. I don't have one here either. But it's getting there. It's getting there. Alright, a bit of time has passed. We are still busy building roads essentially everywhere. I'm building these larger ships to combat Rome's navy for that bounce around procedure. I was thinking of, well, I was looking over my options here for the decisions, and I looked at the bottom here, reunite Alexander's empire. And you can flash this. We have a great many of them, but you'll note these two here, I believe, are flashing, and they're not controlled by us presently. And then we have, we've taken this. We have not as yet taken the holdings in Egypt here. And then there's Persis, and then all the way out here. But it certainly seems achievable within the time we have left. If I pushed it, I could probably go for a world conquest. I'm not really sure that I should or could, or I'm pretty sure I could. But I'm not really sure that I want to per se. But more to the point, I think we need to take these territories here out of Rome. We have one of them, Athens, but Corinthus is not a part of our repertoire, as it were. Rome is, we owe him because of the surprise war he declared, what must have been about 100 years or 75 years ago. Looks as though he just declared war up here. And I would wager a lot of his forces are up there taking all kinds of attrition in these mountain passes. So why not let him do that for a little while we call up a legion proper and get these units properly positioned for an invasion. I was thinking of rolling up our glorious road system here and having this unit, go right here to our fort. I think that we can have you travel in this direction to address that. We can have this unit go down and look into taking Corinthos. And I believe that we're going to want to call up more troops via our technology cohorts that we've unlocked. We have the ability to do it, a decent one in Moesia, a large one in Thrace. That'll almost make a legion similar to the ones, the 4 that have been running out of Torca. So I'm going to make one of them a little bit less supplied, a bit less able to siege, but generally I think we can go up to 9 here. So there it is, 3 of 35. I figure why not have another heavy cav and infantry there. And where is this army? It's here. Need to get a general. She looks essentially perfect for the job, a little corrupt, but will not worry. She needs to get some food though, that's what we do know. Where is supply friendly? She is on a supply friendly. Let's get this going like so. I don't think that does any good for food, but it's going to be a while. And we can have, I think Moesia can create a army for complete horse archers, just in case he gets out. We can chase him down and dispatch him. We'll hit above our weight in that manner. Whereas Moesia's here. You know, I'm rethinking on that. Perhaps a smaller army of 23,000 or thereabouts could get things done here and not get completely worked over, like siege stuff down or react here. We have the 10% movement augmentation, the 2 innovations, as well as forced march. If I have a horse archer group, he'll have to first break through, and then we'll have to chase him down, but we'll never be able to go into his territory unless we've occupied it. And then food becomes an issue if I don't have any supply trains, and it costs 16 to be able to do that. I could have brought up 20 horse archers for Moesia, but I don't think it's really a good value equation relative to the finances outlay and opportunity that we have to create a proper army and not hire mercs regularly. As the army cost is cheap, like really cheap. We pay as much for our fleet as our army. Something's got to give there. I wonder whether... Anyway, I'm going to create a proper army, albeit smaller, and I'll plop her down as well. Should make a better sea admiral or whatnot, but well, let's see, we're good there as well. Can get can do that anyway. Rome strikes me as the sort that can be quite belligerent until he's been taking quite a few losses. I'm not sure how long this war went on, but it was a long time, the last one, for my armies to return around the bend here, make it through here, come up here and have like what could be considered a normal war even after all that movement. So I was thinking perhaps we could go and move the 9th Nautican up here and pick up both of these large bruisers. We have 40-40-15 and 40-40-16. and perhaps try to sneak them into the lower aspect of the boot heel here, and just have them start to assault some forts and take some land there. Our wonder went live. I took the stability, government traditions plus 0.07, loyalty, corruption, governors, siege ability, and siege engineers should tie in nicely with the bonus we have from raising Babylon. It's going on for some time, and we have our traditions as well. I believe it's these. Let's see, Greek Kingdom, I believe, 10% siege right there. These two bruiser armies are on their way over. I combined the fleets. They're moving a little bit slower than otherwise, and I'm pretty sure he knows we're here. If that's a thing or not, I'm not sure whether it is, like whether the AI is reactive to that, but he certainly knows that we're on his border, and we'll get there shortly. I don't want to tangle with his fleet. We have a larger fleet, but I think his is more menacing. Has a larger capital ships, I think more of them at least. So let's do it. Let's do it here. Let's declare war with the war goal of Dardania. Boom. I will, if anything interesting happens, I'll surely chime in. Let's get this guy moving forward. We'll go on an adventure here. We'll get, let's see, that, we'll want you to go here, actually. You there. Siege down that. Let's roll forward here. That's Dardania. We'll get here as well. And see what happens here. That's right, these guys as well. Let's go ahead here and see about force marching on to the capital there, as well as that, and then we'll get the fleet the heck out of this area. So we are indeed replenishing food. We had sawed through quite a bit during our voyage. I am sieging down this port so we can port there, and there's nothing really much else going on as the Roman is involved in warring activities in Roman Gaul here, Lupontia. We dropped that siege quickly, no doubt with the help of our glorious siege wonder. In fact, we have plenty of food. We'll not worry. The siege in the boot just fell here. This guy has plenty of food. So do you. Let's go here, and we can proceed forward. We are proceeding up into Italy here proper. It looks as though we've encountered our first resistance. The Varati's Mercs, they look like a formidable outfit. What are we using here? And what is bonused against this triplex? Looks like deception is the tactic. Let's see what happens here. We are sieging this down. It's taking an exorbitant amount of time. I have this unit headed down here. And just to mop up this, I don't want to separate. I suppose I could call up a levy and have it take some of these territories, but I don't want to get caught out and surrender any war score unnecessarily. In no particular hurry. Let's see here what's happening here. Just in case this goes awry, let's force march down there. He's getting the best of us, it would seem. Perhaps I should change tactics on this other unit here. Back to the way that we found it. Looks as though he got the best of us relatively. Yeah, he did all right. Well, we're going up here anyway. I picked up another merc here. There seems to be some movement about here. I'm going to probably levyize them, or at least try. I think that's Macedon. We should take this guy. The terrain is ours. Our governor is 3. This unit is 3. We should be able to levy it. I see. We're not though? Why is that again? That's strange. I'm gonna replace the guy with a governor here, 80-year-old, and looking better there. Looks as though we got this invader here, levy. We've encountered a conscripti here of Illyria. It's a 7 martial skill versus a 9. I don't care what that says. I think we take him. Let's find out. Let's see, we've won that. We'll get on a replenishment there. Yeah, it's ugly for that guy. Ugly. We're gonna force march here anyway. I have both of my merc stacks here. I'm gonna send the fresh one up here to Rome. We'll leave the other here. Let's see the final resolution here. It's a bloodbath for the enemy. We lost 1,400. We killed a 56. Looks like that merc is headed up to Rome. Unfortunately for him, we're here as well. We stacked that army at Rome here. We are about a half an hour in. Let's get a summary report. There's not a lot that happened. We're going to have levies annex this proximal area here. This small levy unit was dispatched here. Once this gets occupied, that'll fall. I have a smaller army, the one that got into it with this army, headed up here to occupy these capital regions. We'll take this fort out as well. Have a larger army headed here to siege this fort and proceed forward. This army here is sieging this fort. He does very well. He has a bonus from siege engineers. We have sapping as well as our wonder. And it's all going very quickly. We have a provincial capital modifier occupation effort here. I think this unit will go up into Ancus and just sort of wait with this guy. We're getting to the point where we're going to be close to the Roman army proper, which is presently engaged in Lepantia. This unit does very well. Has plenty of food, oddly enough. Just stack wipe this guy. This unit is waiting as he's replenishing his food and number. And can force march up there, up this road to reinforce that effort if necessary. These guys just dropped our war goal here. Our real war goal to reunite Alexander's empire as here is dropped. We're going to occupy this fort. Head up here to Orios as well and take that. 43 war score. Very little trouble. I hope to see you in the next episode.